Hello there, good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Shibu John from Toronto, Canada, on the 16th of December 2025. This morning, we are going to meditate from Luke chapter 24 and verse 21. Luke chapter 24 and verse 21. But we were hoping that it was He who was going to redeem Israel. Indeed, besides all this, it's now the third day since these things happened. A focal point for today's meditation is prepared to do anything for God. You know what? One of the two disciples was in this scenario on this situation was Cleopas or Alphaeus and his friend. Now, having felt that their master's resurrection was no more than idle tales, they decided instead to leave and somehow get back home. In fact, they were running away from the crowd or from the group of disciples of Jesus Christ. And it is on this journey back that we meet these two disciples wallowing, or I would say staggering somewhat in despair. These two disciples were expecting the reign of their master Jesus Christ against the ruling of the Roman Empire. So they were very disappointed when they saw their master, Jesus Christ, was crucified. He died and they buried him. They were not very sure about the resurrection of their master, Jesus Christ. And they felt very much dejected, downtrodden. You know what? Spiritual dejection is always wrong and always our fault, not God's or anyone else's. Dejection is often a sign of physical sickness, and spiritually it is the same. Spiritual dejection springs from one of two sources. Either we have satisfied a lust or we haven't. To lust after something is to say, I must have it at once. Spiritual lust makes us go to God with demands instead of seeking God Himself. Here, the disciples were expecting a literal rule of a king, and they will become part of that kingdom ruling. And this is the way we always think, what have I been hoping God will do? Am I irritated that it's already the third day and He hasn't done it? That I'm talking about the third Jesus Christ statement that I will rise up on the third day. It is easy to imagine that my feelings are justified. Hasn't God promised to answer my prayers? Whenever I find myself reasoning like this, or whenever we find ourselves reasoning like this, insisting that God answers prayer, and we can be sure we are off track. We always look for visions from heaven, for earthquakes and thunder that prove God's power, and we feel dejected when we don't see them. We never dream that God is in the place and things around us. If we do the duty that lies nearest, we will see Him. One of the most amazing revelations comes when we learn that it is in the commonplace things that the deity of Jesus Christ is realized. And when we understand this, we are filled with wonder, and the spirit of dejection fades away. Here we see these two disciples walking together, and they consulted and reasoned with one another. Often when we go through these spiritual dejections, we keep to ourselves. We want to hide them from our brothers and sisters. And we see that even in their hopelessness, that the disciples continued forward together and they spoke with each other. They also edified one another. And Christ Himself took note of that. He heard their searching for Him and came to them. This demonstrates to us that those seek Christ shall find Him. He will always manifest Himself to those who inquire after Him and give knowledge to those who seek after Him. And this incident also reminds us that good company and good conversations are an excellent medication against prevailing melancholy, or I would say sorrow. And that is exactly what Jesus did as he walked and talked with them along their journey to Emmaus. And what we can learn from our patriarch Abraham is that the greatest point of Abraham's faith in God was that he was prepared to do anything for God. So let us always seek our Lord's face. The famous William Carey once said, expect great things from God and attempt great things for God. So let us expect great things from our Lord, and let us do our best to make him more happy, and let us glorify his name through our works. Have a very blessed day, and God be with you.